Hello, this is Afro Youth Corner. My name is Rita. Today I have someone for you. Actually, he's from Zimbabwe. Let me welcome him to Afro Youth Corner.
My name is Bobby. Like she said, I'm from Zimbabwe, and I've been here for maybe a year and a half.
Where do you live?
Okay, in Zimbabwe or here?
Okay, both.
Okay, in Zimbabwe, I was staying at Simi Park, Sunway City, in a city called Harare. And here in Poland, I'm staying in Bydgoszcz, Yana Karola.
It's okay, that's cool. Okay, Bobby, let me start with like this. Let me start from Zimbabwe. How was your life back in Zimbabwe? How was your background or childhood in Zimbabwe?
Okay, so my childhood, I grew up in a family of maybe three. I was the only boy. I have two of my sisters, my elder sister and my younger sister. So growing up in Zimbabwe was, of course, for me it was quite well because I came from a background which is quite impressive. I had to do my schooling at Blackstone Primary. Then after that, I went to a high school called Kinifao High School, and later on finished at Pamshana High School. Growing up as a child, I've always been someone who's interested in maybe, my favorite hobby, I play soccer and...
You like sport?
Yeah.
So do you play here in Poland or...?
Actually, here in Poland, I used to play for this other team, but it's quite in a lower division, so I'm hoping to resume my career with a better team, which is in Legnica.
Oh, wow, that's great. How did you come up with this idea of moving from Africa to Europe?
I would actually say it was never in my mind. As growing up as a child, I never expected I would land in Poland someday.
Yeah.
But when I finished writing my national exams, I had one of my friends. Actually, the plan was going to Germany, but I had to study the languages and all, so it was quite a long process. So I met one of my guys who just advised me that I can try Poland. And actually the process just went for something like 4 months, then suddenly I was here.
Wow! The process was it hard?
Okay, the only hard part is in Zimbabwe we actually don't have a Polish embassy, so you have to move to Johannesburg, to Pretoria actually. That's whereby you can get a visa, and for you to get an appointment, some people say they even waited for up to 3 months or something. But for me, I waited maybe a month. A month was enough for me. Then when I got the appointment, everything went well there, and I managed to come here this side.
Is it too far, Zimbabwe to Johannesburg? Or?
Okay, it's not a walkable distance. You can't walk there, so for me, if you can't just travel by foot, then it means it's far.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't really say it's far because some people used buses going there, but by the time I went, it was locked down, so we couldn't use buses going there, but it's actually closer.
Also, you took a flight?
Yeah, going there. I think almost everyone, because it was locked down. So
wow! So it was your first flight, or you had?
Actually, it wasn't my first flight because I've been to Mauritius past then, and this wasn't my first flight. But it was my first flight to Pretoria.
Wow! Okay, let me ask you like this: how was your first flight like? What do you remember about your first flight?
My first flight, I was actually 11 years old. So as a kid, the excitement was there that I'm flying, but I actually didn't know the risks that come with flying,
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a little bit excited, but it was not something that's really exciting because I was more focused on other things as a kid than just flying. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I also want to ask you about when you reached in Poland. What was your first impression?
Well, my first impression in Poland was, when you're in Africa, you think maybe here it's all flowers, there are no like bad things that's gonna happen and all. But my first impression when I landed here was Poland is actually a peaceful country and all. That was actually my first impression.
Oh, that's good. Did you meet any challenge?
Not really, not really. Of course, challenges still come, but I can't say I face challenges here in Poland that I can't face in Zimbabwe because everywhere you go, there's always going to be a challenge in life.
Wow. How does this experience of studying abroad, especially in Poland, has just affected your life?
Okay, in a social way, it affected my life because it's like a life restart when you're just locating from one place to another, leaving my whole family in Zimbabwe, my friends. I had like quite a lot of people there I used to live with, and just starting afresh and trying to get to know how things work here. But in terms of my life experience, I feel like I grew much older here, getting to know most things alone, whereby your parents are not there and there's no one that's there for you. You're just here alone, and if something goes wrong, you have to grasp on how to resolve the problem on your own.
Yeah, that's a very good experience. But I would like to ask you also, what can you tell to newcomers, like some keys or some points that can help them to get used?
Actually, I'm not a motivational speaker, so I wouldn't say anything to motivate them, but I would just like to tell them to chill, maybe because their time is gonna come and everything's gonna be okay with time. I know, because when you're coming here, there are a lot of things people face, like a lot of challenges, including boredom or something, but they just have to chill because their time is gonna come and everything will be okay.
Oh, that's a very good advice. Even if you say you're not a motivator, like for sure I'm motivated. You're inspiring me. And also, I just want to ask you, you've told me many things about your childhood back in Zimbabwe. What do you miss most? Like when you think about your home Zimbabwe, what comes in your mind when you?
Okay, just to start with, I think I miss Zimbabwe in general. So there's a lot of things that I miss in Zimbabwe, but I would like to say in general I miss my family like everyone else. When you are here, there's certain things. Of course, you meet certain people, you meet some people along the way, but you can never have a bond like the bond you had with your family, and just being far away is a tough thing per se. And also my friends. I left my friends there, everyone I cared of, everyone who cared about me is there. Not saying people that are here, they don't care about me, but I left some people I cared about, and you never know in life. I'm here for 4 years, so some people you might never get to see them again, and it's painful. Yeah.
For you. It's okay. Maybe you will go back to visit. Or...
Yeah. I'm actually planning on going back there, but our TRC issues here, so I'll just have to be patient. Okay, so mistakes that I made and that I feel like some people mustn't go through the same mistake is when you come here. What can I say? When you come here, most people are buying cars and all, but I can't really say it's a mistake I made. For me, it's benefiting, but to anyone new who's coming here, I would really appreciate if they take a time and value the expenses and the benefits that a car can bring, because there are a lot of expenses that some people don't really get to experience out there, and people who advise them, they don't really tell them on these things, you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think buying a car here is a big mistake if you don't have a stable income. You feel? I have like a lot of memories. I remember I once went to Zakopane, and I drove these buggy cars whereby you drive the car inside water, you go like mountains everywhere. It's like it was a good experience. It was in October last year. Yeah, October last year, and I drove like 8 hours going there and 8 hours back. So
How was your first experience with this climate? You know, it's too cold this winter, and
I'm even wearing a jacket right now inside here. So I think maybe this winter is, of course, winter here is very cold. It's very cold in my country. But okay, I have one lesson that life has taught me. I think life just taught me not to deal with people, like to do things alone and never rely on anyone else. Just do your things, because people have different mindsets and we can't really click our mindsets. And I got to accept that. So yeah, it's a lesson I learned. I think the advice that I can give them is they should actually know certain things like living alone, because people underestimate living alone when you are far away from your parents. It's different from whereby your parents will be doing everything for you. So you just have to learn to live alone. But the most important thing is you just have to follow your dream. It doesn't matter you're in Africa or in Norway, Poland, or wherever. You just have to follow your dream. So that's the advice that I can give them. Even if they relocate, it doesn't mean their dreams are killed. You can still follow their dream. Yeah. For everyone who's watching, or anyone who's going to see this interview, I think that's the main thing. Like when they come here, they shouldn't give up on their dreams. They shouldn't get demotivated, because you never know. Life doesn't mean when you relocate, it means it's the end of life. As long as you're still alive, then your dreams are still there and you can still chase them.
yeah, it's an adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Life is an adventure. Yeah, I think that's all I can say to you guys.
Thank you all for following us. Thank you for being with us. Obi, thank you so much for sharing us your journey, your history, your skills actually.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate you
I
guys.
like the fact that you motivate us.
I also thank you guys
Yeah.
for giving me this platform as well.
Thank
I really appreciate that. Okay, thank you. I can get to watch my football match, bro. Oh yeah. No worries, bro. No worries. Thanks, bro. Thanks.
I hope
Okay, start the wrap up again.